I thought I would show you guys while I have no idea how or why I'm doing this, but I'm going to touch up my lip on the viewfinder and talk about it while I do it. So you guys always ask me about my lip combination, and I always wear, like, I kind of go through phases. Usually I wear the same combo for a couple of weeks, then I'll change, then I'll go back, and then I'll change. But always, you guys, I wear the Pillow Talk lip liner. Then lately, I am obsessed with this. This is the only product I'm wearing, and no, I don't have a link for it or anything like that. It's just, genuinely, this is what I love. It's the Clarins lip oil, which are the best, by the way, in strawberry, number 8 strawberry. So this is what I am currently obsessed with, you guys. Like, look at how it makes my lips look. So I'm gonna put it on so you guys can see. Oh, guys, it's amazing. And it smells like gummies. Like, it smells like, in Australia, you will know there are like Allen's snakes, like these kind of lollies that are in the shape of a snake. That's exactly what they smell like. It smells like a lolly, to be honest, like a gummy lolly. Today, I am going to be filming something so exciting. We are going to be talking about everybody's favorite category of perfumery. I say everyone, but obviously it's not everyone, but I know so many people love Gourmand's fragrances. So today, I wanted to share with you guys some of my absolute favorite sweet and gourmand scents for the fall season. Some of them are very gourmand, so very, very edible. They smell like food. And some of them are just more kind of sweet with like a hint of something edible about them. So for me personally, as you guys know, that's my type of scent, like something that's sweet, but not overly edible. But there are a few like very, very gourmand fragrances that I absolutely love. So I included those in the list today. So let's go ahead and get into it. I am so excited for this video. I'm going to start out with my own fragrance. And you guys, like, I don't know if you noticed, but I very rarely promote Minuit Demi. I did that on purpose. It's because I don't want it to ever seem like I'm shoving the fragrance in your face. Although I am super proud of it and I wish that I could talk about it in every single video, but I choose to be very selective of how I talk about it because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm shoving it down your throat. I am not forcing you guys to buy this. It's something that I am so proud of. Minuit Demi was, honestly, creating this scent was the best, one of the best years of my life. Like, it was so fun and I just got to express myself in a way that I never even thought I would be able to. And it was so amazing, you guys. Minuit Demi is the perfect fall gourmand fragrance without being synthetic and sickly sweet. Minuit Demi is this beautifully balanced gourmand with some spice on top. You have some cardamom and pimento. In the mid, you have some caramel, some coffee, vanilla. And in the dry down, you have some woods, you have a little bit of tobacco, you have ambroxan to help with the projection and the longevity of the scent. And it's just amazing, you guys. It's so seamlessly blended, beautifully balanced, not overly sweet, but definitely has an addictive edible quality to it. And I'm just so proud of it. Longevity projection is also really good. It lasts on the skin around 7 to 8 hours with a beautiful projection, and it will stay on your clothes for days and days and days. Spray this on your clothes, on your sweater, and see what I'm talking about. It is crazy. So I am so proud of it. I know I don't speak about it that much, but that's how I want it to be. I don't want to push it down your throats. I don't want you guys to get sick of it. I talk about it when I feel like it fits in with the video, which today it definitely fits. This to me is one of the best gourmands that I've personally ever tried, and I love it so much. So next up, we're going to talk about the ultimate vanilla fragrance. As you guys know, this fragrance went totally viral last year in 2023, but also this year as well. Literally, I feel like the whole world knows about this scent. This is Bianco Latte from Giardini di Toscana. And this is, to me, a gourmand. This is a beautiful, creamy, fluffy, milky vanilla with some caramel, some honey, a bit of tonka, I think, as well. But really, what you get is this delicious, milky vanilla, but it doesn't feel like spoiled milk. The milk in here is creamy and fluffy and just so good, you guys. It smells like the froth on top of a caramel latte, and it's just so beautiful. You guys, I cannot even tell you, And I'm not speaking about this because I want you to buy it. I literally don't care. I'm not making any money from this, from telling you guys this information, but every single time I wore Bianco Latte, I haven't worn it in a while, by the way, but every single time I would wear it, somebody would comment about it. And it's actually my number 2, like 1 and 2 most complimented fragrances in my whole entire collection is Bianco Latte and Vibrato from Sospiro. Those are my 2 most complimented scents by far. Every time I would wear this, somebody would comment about it, write it down, like everything. So it's just such a gorgeous vanilla fragrance. It definitely lives up to the hype in my opinion. It is so strong and potent. It lasts on the skin 8 to 10 hours with a huge projection. Like I said, big compliment getter. It's such a beautiful scent. It doesn't smell like this high quality, refined vanilla masterpiece scent. It's not like that. It just smells so freaking good. Like, that's all I'm going to say about it. It just smells good. I have never shown this fragrance to a person and they haven't gone, that smells so good. Like, what is that? Everybody thinks it smells good because it's vanilla. It's this universally loved raw material, but in here, they just made it even better. Like, they really amplified the vanilla in the best way possible. It's creamy, it's milky, it's addictive, it's airy, it's so good, you guys. So definitely recommend Bianco Latte for the fall and winter. It's the ultimate cozy, milky vanilla that is going to feel, very cozy and just edible during the fall and winter. Next up, we have a gourmand that I think is one of the best gourmands ever created, objectively speaking. I don't wear this fragrance every day. It's not like that. But if I look at my collection and I look at all of the gourmands, for me, this is literally one of the best. This is Lira from Casamorati. I know that a lot of you guys probably know about this fragrance. Maybe you own it. For me personally, from Casamorati, I wear Bouquet Ideale the most out of all of my Casamoratis, even more than Dora Bianca. But in terms of a gourmand, something edible, something yummy, I have to recommend Lira. It is just, oh my gosh, it is just perfect to me. It is very multifaceted of a fragrance. It's citrus, it's spice, it's sweet. It's just so good, you guys. In here, you have some blood orange, you have vanilla, you have cinnamon, you have caramel. It's just so beautiful and very, like multifaceted. You kind of feel every single aspect of this scent, so it never gets boring when you're wearing it. It's not just a straight up vanilla, a straight up chocolate scent. It's this beautifully balanced gourmand fragrance that is so intriguing and captivating on the skin. I absolutely love this one and I cannot recommend it enough. Also, it has great longevity and projection on my skin, 8 hours or so, with a soft projection within your arm's length, but people will definitely be able to smell you with this one. I love it so much. I forever love this fragrance. It was one of the first like very true gourmand fragrances that I tried, and I fell madly in love with it at the time that I tried it. So definitely recommend Lira from Casamorati as one of the ultimate gourmand fragrances. Okay, next up, we have a fragrance that is one of the most precious fragrances in my entire collection. I have an original bottle of Gourmand Coquin from Guerlain. As you guys know, this fragrance was discontinued a few years ago and it was re-released this year, I think this year or last year, under the name Feve Gourmands from Guerlain. I have smelled both and I would say, you guys, they are 99% similar. So if you feel FOMO for not having the original, don't. It really smells similar to Feve Gourmand. They basically just re-released it under a different name. So don't feel bad and don't go and search for a super expensive bottle of Gourmand Coquin. Just get the one that they're releasing now, which is Feve Gourmand. They smell the same. So if you guys have never tried this fragrance, it is honestly, for me, the most beautiful chocolate fragrance in the world. It is powdery, it's smooth, it has a slight boozy touch from some rum, vanilla, chocolate, cacao. Oh my gosh, it is heaven in a bottle. It is such a cocooning, smooth, slightly powdery, creamy, chocolatey scent. I also get maybe a touch of raspberry in here, just ever so subtly. I get a hint of something red fruity, and it's just amazing, you guys. Like, really, it's one of the most special gourmand fragrances that I've ever tried. And I want to tell you guys something. This is like a little bit of a secret. I've never spoken about it before, but actually on the brief that I submitted for Minuit Demi, this was one of my fragrance inspirations. I gave 2 fragrance inspirations, and this was one of them, because for me it was one of the best gourmands that I tried at the time, and still to this day, in terms of a gourmand and edible scent, this is still one of the best to me. So Gourmand Coquin from Guerlain, absolutely amazing scent. It lasts on the skin probably around 7 hours, but it is more of a intimate scent, like it does sit closer to the skin. So do keep that in mind with this scent. Next up, you guys, I know that I'm going to get hate for this one. For some reason, people hate when I talk about Althair. People think that I'm lying about the fact that I love it, whereas my bottle is literally halfway done, even more, and I'm obsessed with the fragrance. It was a slow burn for me. It was a scent that I didn't think was very good at first, but when I started to wear it, it really became a scent that I fell madly in love with. And the more and more that I wore it, the more and more that I loved it. This is not a true gourmand whatsoever, but this is a sweet fragrance. It's a beautiful, kind of woody, balsamic vanilla, a woody, like resinous vanilla with a touch of orange blossom. It is so gorgeous, you guys. To me personally, this is such a beautiful, very interesting vanilla fragrance. Once again, it doesn't smell like straight up vanilla. There is so much more going on in here. There is the hint of orange blossom, which brings a slightly kind of fresh floral aspect. Then you have some elemi and cinnamon, which brings something a little bit spicy, maybe a bit resinous. And then you have this gorgeous, dark, deep vanilla with some woods in the base. It is really fantastic, you guys. Very addictive, very just easy to wear. It's not overly sweet. It's not too gourmand. For me, it's the perfect vanilla for me. That is my opinion. That is me. And I love it so much. I never had issues with longevity either. For me, it lasts 7 to 8 hours, I would say, with a good projection within your arm's length. And also, all last year, I was layering it with Bianco Latte. This was like my go-to last year. I would put on Althair, and then I would spray on like 2 to 3 sprays of Bianco Latte on top. And guys, the compliments on this combo were insane. So if you guys wanted to try out a combo and you have these 2 fragrances, definitely do it. It was amazing. So yeah, this is really one of my favorite fragrances ever. Love it or hate it, that's your opinion. But for me, I love it. I have missed this next fragrance so much. I have had it in my collection for years, but I have not paid much attention to it for whatever reason. But I absolutely adore this scent. And I feel like the fragrance community now is less about discovering things and more about keeping up with new fragrances. That is kind of what I feel about the fragrance community, especially on TikTok and platforms with short form content. That is not how the community was when I started. It was much more about finding hidden gems and finding and kind of discovering these beautiful, like very kind of exclusive brands. Whereas now I feel like it's more about keeping up with the newness, which is very overwhelming as a fragrance content creator and as somebody who has been in the industry for a long time. To kind of keep up with what's happening is quite difficult. Anyways, long story short, I never hear anybody talk about this scent. And honestly, back a few years ago, people were obsessed with this fragrance, and I just want to re-highlight it to you guys. This is Back to Black from Kilian. Oh my gosh. Like, yes, yes, yes. This is honestly one of my favorite gourmands that I just haven't worn or spoken about for such a long time. Back to Black by Kilian is this delicious honey tobacco scent with cherry, with gingerbread, honey, vanilla, tobacco, cherry. It is gorgeous. This is a very thick and dense gourmand with some powderiness. You definitely get the honey in here, but it's done in a way that feels very wearable. The tobacco is so gorgeous and addicting. The cherry note in here, the almond note in here. It is a phenomenal gourmand, guys. Like, I'm not joking. This is really one of the best gourmands, but nobody speaks about it anymore because it was released a really long time ago. And this was one that was spoken about maybe about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. People were loving on this one. But I just want to remind you guys that this is still one of the best, and you should definitely check it out this year. Longevity projection is really good. I personally get about 8 hours, I would say, with a minimal projection within your arm's length. So definitely check this one out. If that sounds like your cup of tea, a honey tobacco with some cherry, a bit of an almondy vibe. It's a bit powdery. Oh my gosh, like absolutely incredible. Please, please, please try Back to Black from Kilian. You will not regret it. Next up, we have Sugar Leather from Nuit Nomade. This brand is a fantastic brand that I really recommend you guys to check out. If you are looking for a very high quality, quite creative brand that is not overpriced, that creates really strong fragrances that have a very interesting profile, please check out, I was going to say Sugar Leather. Check out Sugar Leather, but also check out Nuit Nomade. It's a brand that I think is very, very interesting, not overly priced, is still offering us very creative, strong, and just very interesting stuff. So I really recommend the brand. It's very interesting to me, you guys. And the one that I wanted to recommend as the fall gourmand is Sugar Leather. This is your Kilian Angel Share, Hermès Ambre d'Angulé, Parfum Marie Orgeat. This is that type of scent profile, a cinnamon apple pie in a bottle. But honestly, you guys, I like Sugar Leather the most out of all of them. Sugar Leather is this beautiful, dense, warm, spicy, edible gourmand scent that is very sexy and delicious. You have caramel, cinnamon, you have leather, but I don't feel a leathery touch in here. I don't get leather from this scent. I mostly get this delicious cinnamon apple baked pie with an ambery base. It's very addictive, very sexy, very edible, and I just absolutely love this one. Longevity projection is also nuclear on this fragrance on my skin. I get around 10 hours of really good wear with a big projection. This is one that people are going to smell on you, probably compliment on you, and it just smells incredible. So definitely check this one out, guys. If you were looking for that kind of profile of a cinnamon apple pie scent, this is honestly one of my favorites, and it's one that is on more of the affordable side. So Sugar Leather, definitely check this one out. If you want to smell like a delicious baked apple pie, this one is for you. This next fragrance is absolutely amazing. I love wearing this scent in the fall and winter, and it definitely needs some more love online. This is Bronze Tonka from Carolina Herrera. I have had this fragrance for a couple of years now, and every time the weather starts to cool down, I always pull for this scent. It is the sort of scent that I personally like to wear for nights out. If I am going out somewhere, like let's say a club, or somewhere where I want to smell very sexy, I am wearing Bronze Tonka. If you guys have never tried this scent, please let this be your sign to try it. There is also 2 other fragrances that I love from the collection for the fall and winter, and those are Amethyst Haze, which is really good. I don't have a bottle yet, but I love it, and also Gold Myrrh Absolute. But I would say the easiest fragrance to wear out of the 3 is Bronze Tonka. This is not gourmand in the type of way where it smells edible. This is sweet, so it has a lot of addictive qualities without being edible. So if that's your vibe, please check out Bronze Tonka. This is saffron, coffee, and some woods. It is so delicious, you guys. The saffron note in here is incredibly addictive. It is absolutely amazing. Saffron, you have this beautiful kind of sweet, sticky coffee note mixed with the wood. You have some oud and sandalwood, but don't worry, the oud is very, very commercial. It doesn't smell like skanky or barnyard or anything like that. It just kind of supports the base of the scent and brings more depth to the scent. It is absolutely amazing, you guys. This to me is the epitome of sexy. This is something sexy. It feels to me the same way that Silky Woods feels to me. Silky Woods is this sexy, sweet fragrance, but it has so much more going on. I feel exactly the same way about Bronze Tonka. So I feel like if you like Silky Woods, you might like Bronze Tonka because they're not edible, but they have something sweet and addictive about them. So definitely check this one out. Longevity projection is also pretty good on this one, 7 to 8 hours with a soft projection. And yeah, I love it, and it's very, very underrated. And next up, we have a fragrance I'm not even sure if I've spoken about yet, but I have owned the scent for probably about 1 year, and I absolutely love this fragrance, you guys. I haven't worn it too much, to be fair. I've probably worn it about 15 times, but anyway, let me speak about what it is because I love it. This is Alexandre Imperial Peacock. My gosh, you guys, this fragrance is amazing. A lot of people know this fragrance and speak about it, but it really is a gorgeous scent. Yeah, what you're gonna get with this fragrance is vanilla, cinnamon, some rhubarb, which brings a little bit of a freshness and almost a little bit of a tart sourness to the scent, but it goes away after a while. It's just in the opening, you get something a little bit bright, a little bit tart, and then as it settles, you get this beautiful vanilla, cinnamon, and heliotrope scent. So it's very smooth. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. You have that warm, spicy aspect, and the heliotrope brings something quite rounded and very smooth and creamy to the fragrance. And it's just gorgeous, you guys. I really recommend this fragrance, especially if you're a fan of things like Angel Share from Kilian. You like that kind of sweet cinnamon profile, you're going to love Imperial Peacock. It is so gorgeous. So I definitely recommend this one. Longevity projection is around the 7 to 8 hour mark once again, with a minimal projection within your arm's length. So yeah, I absolutely adore this fragrance. I don't even know why I haven't spoken about it yet, but at some point, there's only so many fragrances that I can speak about, but I love this one. It is absolutely gorgeous, and the bottle is so stunning, except I think my Peacock, it turned a little bit of like a brassy color, I think. Anyway, I love the fragrance. This fragrance is heavenly, you guys. I recently got this scent after wanting it for quite some time. This fragrance is from Widian, which is a new favorite brand of mine. I really resonate with this brand, you guys. Like, I really resonate with them. I am obsessed. And the fragrance that I wanted to speak about is number 2. This is a part of the Black collection. My gosh, you guys, is this fragrance incredible. I'm going to say something right now. This smells very, very similar to Treasure from Maison Sur, but it's way stronger. If you also love Treasure from Maison Sur, but you struggle with the longevity, please check out Black too. I think that you are going to love this scent because they definitely share a similar profile. What you're going to get, oh my gosh, with Black too, is this gorgeous vanilla musk with a soft plum note in here. It is so addictive, you guys. So addictive and so cozy, cocooning, not overly sweet, but very, very addicting and comforting on the skin. And I am just in love with it. Like, I feel like I solved a problem that I was having because I love Treasure. It's beautiful, but it doesn't last on my skin at all. It lasts like 2 hours. But this actually lasts on my skin around the 6 to 7 hour mark, and then it starts to really go closer to the skin. But this is so beautiful, you guys. It's a really smooth, kind of cozy, musky vanilla with some plum. I think you have sandalwood in there as well. It's just so beautiful. I really recommend this one if you like things like Treasure. Obviously, this is not a Gourmand's fragrance. It doesn't smell edible, but it does have an addicting quality to it, and I just am obsessed with this. The brand in general, like right now, I'm obsessed with Banyas, I'm obsessed with Delaware, I'm obsessed with Healy, number 2, London. I could speak about this brand a lot. Next up, we have probably the ultimate Gourmand fragrance of 2023. I think this one was launched last year or this year. I completely forget, guys. Like, I feel like last year and this year really blended into 1 year for me, and I can't really explain it, but I think it was last year. Anyways, this is Jany from Sora Dora, aka one of the most gourmand of gourmand fragrances ever created. Jany is the ultimate baked pastry scent, and it is truly phenomenal. I don't even know what you have in here, but it literally smells like a baked good, you guys. So realistic and edible and delicious. You also have some cinnamon, you have almonds. You also pick up quite a nutty profile from this fragrance. I think maybe you have some nutmeg or some other nutty notes in there, but you definitely feel that kind of warm, spiced pastry vibe, very much a pastry vibe with something a little bit nutty, creamy, just delicious, you guys. Absolutely delicious. It is a gorgeous gourmand fragrance. Like, if you are obsessed with smelling like food, you want something that smells extremely edible, please check out Jany. You will fall in love with this. Not to mention it's a beast mode gourmand. For me, it lasts about 9 to 10 hours on my skin. I remember last year I was layering it with Bianco Latte. I was putting on, I can't remember which one first, but I was layering it with Bianco Latte. And guys, the compliments on that combination are crazy. If you really want to smell sweet and like food, layer those two together and thank me later. Next up, we have an OG Gourmand. If you know, you know. This is a fragrance that all of us OG fragrance reviewers were speaking about years ago. And I wanted to re-talk about it this year because, like I said, I think it's nice to bring back some fragrances that are very like just incredible fragrances that nobody really seems to know or talk about anymore. This is Feve Delicieuse from, I was gonna say Guerlain, Dior. So as you guys know, Feve Delicieuse is like one of the ultimate gourmands. This was really a pioneer in like the gourmand era, and it is just an amazing fragrance. What you have with Feve Delicieuse is this kind of powdery gourmand with a lot of tonka bean. You have some vanilla, cherry, you have some lavender in the opening, which you definitely feel the lavender. It brings something aromatic. And then you have in the dry down a lot of tonka, vanilla, cherry, almonds, I think as well. It's quite a powdery gourmand. This is kind of a powdery, almost slightly aromatic gourmand that is very intense. Like either I feel like you're going to really love this one or not. This is not a creamy, really smooth gourmand. There is a lot going on in here, and it's quite, I don't want to say sharp in a bad way, but it's very like in your face. It's very pointy, I would say, as a gourmand. Like it has the aromaticness mixed with this powderiness, very, very sweet. And it is an incredible gourmand that has stood the test of time. People still love this fragrance in 2024. And it is really, really beautiful. Longevity projection is good, especially if you spray it on your clothes. It's going to last around 7 to 8 hours, I would say, with a pretty good projection as well. So definitely check this one out. Even just for the sake of knowing this fragrance, you should definitely go and smell it because it is a very iconic scent, Feve Delicieuse from Dior. One of the most underrated gourmands, and I cannot wait for you guys to try this one. If you like a very intriguing, very multifaceted gourmand, please check out Teisenndu from Frassai. I have spoken about this fragrance for many, many, many years, and honestly, still to this day, it's one of the more creative gourmands that I've ever smelled. It kind of could be perceived a little bit like Lira, like as in this kind of spicy, sweet, very intriguing gourmand fragrance. It's not flat at all. It's a very interesting gourmand. You have this gorgeous brown sugar notes in Teisenndu, which you really feel. It's like this deep, dark, sugary vibe mixed with, I think you have juniper and some citrus. I think it's blood orange in here or something like that. You definitely have quite an intense citrus note in the top, mixed with that juniper. So it brings something aromatic and mixed with the brown sugar and a boozy note as well. It is so good, you guys. It's this very sexy, very powerful, edible fragrance, but without smelling cloying or juvenile. It is so, so interesting, you guys. The owner of this brand is a beautiful woman from Argentina. She does everything by herself. So if you ever wanted to support somebody who is really taking care of everything A to Z from their brand, make sure that you check this one out because it really is an amazing fragrance, you guys. Brown sugar, citrus, juniper. It's an aromatic, dark brown sugar scent with a little bit of a booziness, and it is just amazing, you guys. So Teisenndu from Frassai, definitely check this one out. You will not regret it. But let me know what is your favorite fall gourmand and which one I should check out because I'm keen to get a few more fall gourmands into my collections. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.